Question 41. A trader bought 160 oranges at 5 for 40 naira and sold them at 20 for 120 naira. Find the percentage, find the profit or loss percent. Because of the way the problem is, the quantity at which the trader bought is 5 and sold at 20, they are not the same. So we need to get the cost price for one orange as well as the selling price. So cost price 5 for 40 naira. It means cost price for one is 8 naira. Divide 40 by 5. Selling price 20 for 120 naira. Then selling price for one is 6 naira. That is 120 divided by 20. It is clear that cost price is greater than selling price. For this, we have percentage loss, and the formula is this. So you insert the selling price and cost price into the formula and simplify, and you have 25% loss. Option C is the correct option. Question 42. Describe the shaded portion in the diagram. Shaded portion is for the subset Q only, because the point of intersection of P and Q is not shaded, Q and arrow is not shaded, and the three subset is not shaded. So when Q is shaded, it means P prime and arrow prime are not shaded. So you have P prime intersection Q intersection arrow prime. A is the correct option. Question 43. Find the value of P if 1 over 4P plus 3Q equal to 10 and 2P minus 1 over 3Q equal to 7. What you have here is simultaneous linear equations. So let us solve them using elimination method. You have the two equations. Now to find P, you need to eliminate Q, because you are asked to find only P. So let's do away with Q. Now to do that, Q must have the same coefficient in both equations. Now observe very well. It is easier to get 3 from here if you multiply it by 9. For that reason, you multiply through equation 2 by 9, and you have 18P minus 3Q equal to 63. Next thing is to add equations 1 and 2. So if you add this to this, you have this result. Now if you add this and this, it becomes 0, and if you add 10 and 63, you have this result. To get P, you have to multiply through by 4 and divide by 73. So you have this expression. You can simply cancel this, and you have 4. So A is the correct option. Question 44. Calculate the mean deviation of 5, 3, 0, 7, 2, and 1. These data, they are ungrouped, so you have this formula for the mean deviation. Summation, absolute value of S minus the mean over N, number of observation. So we need S bar first, and S bar is the summation of all the data divided by number of times the data occur. So if you add all the data and they are 6 in number, so you have 18 divided by 6, and that gives 3 as a mean. So if you come here, you take it data by, that is data point by data point, you have absolute value of 5 minus the mean. Sum means addition, absolute value of 3 minus the mean plus absolute value of 0 minus the mean, and so on. What you must note is that the symbol of absolute value changes all negative signs to positive, while positive remains the same. So from here, 5 minus 3 is 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 minus 3 is minus 3. The symbol make it to be positive. 7 minus 3 is 4. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. It becomes plus 1 because of the symbol of absolute value. And 1 minus 3 is minus 2. That becomes plus 2. If you add all together, divide by 6, you have 12 over 6, and that is 2. So B is the correct option. Question 45. In the diagram, the shaded part is a carpet laid in a room with dimensions 3.5 meters by 2.2 meters, leaving a margin of 0.5 meters round it. Find the area of the margin. Now, area of the margin is area of the floor minus area of carpet. The outside floor, the dimensions, you have 3.5 by 2.5. So area of floor is 3.5 times 2.2, and that is 7.2 meters. That is 7.7 meters, cubic meters. For the area of the carpet, the margin needs to be subtracted from the dimension. You know, from here to here is 3 meters, and from here to here also is 3 meters. So the margin is subtracted twice from the dimensions, and you have it in this form. After subtracting, you have 2.5 times 1.2, and that is 3 square meters. So area of margin is 7.2 minus 3, and that is 4.7 square meters. So A is the correct option. Question 46. Two angles of a pentagon are in the ratio 2:3. The others are 60 degrees each. Calculate the smaller of the two angles. Let's assume the angle to be S, and you know a pentagon has 5 angles. So two angles which are in the ratio of 2:3, we have actual values of 2s degree and 3s degrees respectively, if S is the angle of interest. Since you have 5 angles in a pentagon and you know 2 already, 3 are left, but the rest angles are 60 degrees each. That means 3 times 60 equal to 540. 540 degrees is the sum of angles in a pentagon. So if you add 2s plus 3s, you have 5s. Here is 180 degrees. You transfer it to the right hand side and you have 540 degrees minus 180 degrees, and you have 360 degrees. To get s, divide both sides by 5 and s is equal to 72 degrees. The smaller of the angles is the one with 2:2. So you multiply 72 degrees by 2 and you have 144 degrees. Hence, D is the correct option. Question 47. A letter is selected from the letters of the English alphabet. What is the probability that the letter selected is from the word mathematics? Solution. You must understand that every letter of mathematics appears only once in the English alphabet. You only have one M, you only have one A, and so on. So for the question, mathematics is best written in this form, that is, taking each letter once. And from this special form now, you have 8 letters, and in the English alphabet you have 26 letters. So the probability that the letter selected is from mathematics is simply 8/26. If you divide by 2, you have 4/13. Hence, C is the correct option. Question 48. In a circle of radius RCM, a chord of 16√3 cm long is 10 centimeters from the center of the circle. Find, correct to the nearest centimeter, the value of arrow. This diagram represents the information. A chord is the line that join any 2 points of a circle together. So the chord is MN, and the chord, its distance from the center is 10, and you have radius. For us to get radius, we need to get either NS or MS, or SN and SM. Here it is better that we get SN, so let's get SN. Now the whole chord MN is 16√3. Half of it, that is from S to N, is 8√3. We divide through by 2. To find the radius, SN is needed, and SN is equal to MN/2, as I've explained earlier. That is 16√3/2, and you have 8√3. To find arrow, because you have a right angle triangle, you use Pythagoras rule. The hypotenuse ON is the radius, so you have sum of squares on the other side. So ON squared is equal to OS is 10 all squared. SN is 8√3 all squared. If you square 10, you have 100, plus if you square 8, you have 64, and if you square √3, you have 3. If you multiply and add, you have 292. To get ON, take the root of both sides. So ON is equal to root of 292. So you have 17.088. To the nearest centimeter, you are interested in 17. The next digit is 0, which is rounded down to 0. So you have 17 centimeters approximately. Hence, B is the correct option. Question 49. Consider the following statements. You have S. Locally made tires are attractive. Y. Many locally made tires do not last long. Denoting locally made, that is manufactured tires, by M, and attractive tires by arrow, and long lasting tires by L. Which of these Venn diagrams illustrate the statement? Now from the question, locally manufactured tires is contained in both statements. That means they have point of intersection with M. The first statement, locally made tires are there. The second statement, locally made tires are also there. Now, before you can buy what is attractive, you find out that that thing is also, the thing is okay. It lasts long to some extent. Putting all of these together, the correct option is option A. Question 50. You have a diagram. In the diagram, OS bisects angle YSZ. That is this angle. OZ bisects angle YZS. That is this angle. If angle SYZ is 68 degrees, calculate the value of angle SOZ. That is this value here. The diagram, we need to reproduce it and indicate some angle. So let's represent angle SOZ by P. Now, since OS bisects angle YSZ, so these two angles, they are equal. You should do two. The angle now is 1, but divided into 2. So you have MN, MM, and NN for the other side. Considering the whole triangle, triangle SYZ, the sum of angles is 180. So angle YSZ is 2M plus angle YZS is 2N plus angle SYZ 68 degrees equal to 180 degrees. From here, can factor out 2, and you have 2 equal to M plus N bracket close equal to plus 68 degrees equal to 180 degrees. Let's call that equation 1. In triangle SOZ, you just have M here. This M plus P plus this N is equal to 180. Already we can write an expression for M plus P in what we have here. So we have to transfer P to the right hand side. So you have M plus N equal to 180 degrees minus P. So let's call that equation 3, while this is equation 2. Now equation 1 and 2, they have M plus N in common. So you have to substitute equation 3 into equation 1. So this is equation 1. And equation 3, you have M plus N equal to 180 degrees minus P in this form. So you have 2 bracket open, 180 degrees minus P bracket close plus 68 degrees equal to 180 degrees. You open the bracket and you have this expression. Now let's collect like terms. the angle needs to be positive. So let's transfer this term to the right hand side. It becomes positive, and you transfer 180 to the left hand side, and you have 360 degrees plus 68 degrees minus 180 degrees equal to 2p. If you add and subtract, you have 248 degrees equal to 2p. Divide both sides by 2. P is equal to 248 degrees divided by 2, and that is 124 degrees. Hence, angle SOZ, that is equal to P, is 124 degrees. By this, option D is the correct option. Peter calls simplified maths. If you are viewing and watching from YouTube, ensure that you subscribe, like and share PSM video. If you are viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page. Also share PSM videos. There is every need for you to be safe, so that your life will not be in crisis. And to do that, you give your life to the one that can save you, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ, and confess him as your Lord and personal Savior every day of your life. If you are saved already, congratulations. Live righteously and be prepared, because on the last day some will be taken and some will be left. Take good care of yourself. Stay out of trouble. Study your books. Do the needful at all times. Flee every appearance of evil. Don't defraud others to make money. Use your hands and your brain to work genuinely and legally, and the Lord will bless you. Goodbye and stay tuned.